Hey everyone, I'm Josh Marces with your Tuesday morning forecast update. And as expected, we do have some thunderstorms moving into the region this morning. And honestly, for us, this is playing out as best as we could have expected here. These storms have a history of producing a lot of wind damage to our north and portions of Missouri and also Arkansas and Oklahoma. But as they've been moving in this morning, they've been weakening as they've moved into the Arklatex here. So we can expect maybe some 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. There will be frequent lightning, a lot of thunder. I'm sure a lot of you up early this morning, kind of woken up by the round of storms here, but at this moment, not expecting we'll see any kind of severe weather watches, and really don't expect we'll see anything as far as warnings this morning as well. We'll take you in a closer look here on pinpoint Doppler, which is showing these are moving south at about 30 miles per hour, so the rain will linger for a little while this morning, especially across the northern Arklatex, and again, these storms have been going since last night, so they are losing their punch, and as they continue to trek south across the Arklatex this morning, they will continue to weaken out, so there's a possibility these will not make it to the I-20 corridor a little bit later, and probably we'll see some more rounds fire up here as we go through the day and into tomorrow as well. We still have that frontal boundary out there, so again, most of this storm activity is well ahead of that front, and there will be some additional activity as we're expected to warm up in some areas today and into tonight, but the rain will have pretty big impact on the temperatures for us. This morning, low 70s in DeQueen, the rest of us out ahead of the rain, upper 70s and low 80s, so a very warm morning to start out here. We do have a heat advisory just for about 3 of our counties and parishes there, as that's where the temperatures will likely be in the mid-90s a little bit later today, but most of us going to see a little bit of a cool down thanks to some increasing clouds. Shreveport around 90 this afternoon. It's possible we'll miss the rain in Shreveport as this will fizzle out before it gets here, but I do think we'll likely see something a little bit later this morning, and if not this morning, some additional development this afternoon. 85 today in Texarkana, even some low 80s north of Interstate 30 thanks to that front being out there and the clouds lingering. As far as severe weather threat today, just across the very western edge of the Arklatex, including a few of our counties there in northeast Texas, so from about Clarksville down through the Henderson area, could maybe pick up a few storms a little bit later that clip us, that bring some high wind gusts, but really don't expect that we'll see anything as far as severe weather. Here's the HRRR model. We'll take this through today. This is the one that updates every hour, and it is hinting at the rain still being across the Texarkana area at about 9 o'clock this morning. Further to the south, notice how it just kind of fizzles out before it hits Shreveport, so that's why I'm thinking there is the possibility we could miss the rain here, but I expect we'll see a little something, if not later this morning into the afternoon. As we start to warm things up, you see some additional thunderstorms popping up. The air will start rising again once we get this first round of storms through, so there will be some additional activity this afternoon, this evening, and possible we're looking at a similar scenario tomorrow morning. Here's your Robbins Toyota Futurecast that does show an additional line of thunderstorms Wednesday morning that will make slow movement through the area as well. So I think this time tomorrow, instead of the northern Arklatex seeing the storms, we'll see those a little bit further to the south, and again, some scattered rain around through the first half of the day Wednesday, and some of that cloud cover. I think there's a good chance most of us are in the 80s for your Wednesday, so we'll get a little break from the heat here, and it looks like things will really start to wind down as far as the rainfall as we get into your Wednesday afternoon. As far as the rainfall amounts here, again, there could be some isolated spots that do pick up 1 to 2 inches, but don't anticipate this will cause us any problems since we have seen some low-end drought conditions set up, and it's been so dry for the last month or so. I think we'll be okay, but there will be some wet roads out there this morning, so make sure you take a little extra time if you are being impacted by the rain. Rain likely going to go away a little bit later this week and into the weekend. Could have left just maybe those 10-20% chances of rain in through the weekend, but I'm really not seeing too much there. And as we get into next Labor Day, looking like a hot Labor Day weekend as we'll be in the mid-90s.